So I literally, when I was watching that main, I had so much going on that I was trying to pay attention to. That was probably one of the best late model races that I've actually watched at Willamette this season.
Hands down.
Oh, another thing too. Let's face it. Seems like kids nowadays have less fear than we used to.
Oh yeah.
There's no fear in that kid. There is absolute zero fear in him. None. Yeah, and I know we keep talking about it, but man, I'm impressed.
He did good.
Watch out for Joey, Buzz. He said shots fired.
Okay, Joey.
He's spunky.
Oh, I like Joey.
Yeah, you gotta watch him.
He's great.
McLean
Got a heart as
Bedoin
big as he is.
was fifth. Sixth place car, good run. The 61C of Brian Smith, driving Jerry Casey's car. He was sixth. Terry Hall had a good run, finishing seventh on the number 10 car. Todd Sieg, Randy Boyd, Tomas Hunsger was 10th. Dan Dybel, Britton Donahue, Trent Elliott, and Jerry Schramm were completed the running order.
That was a rough night for Trent. Rough night.
Rough night for Jerry, too. I mean, those guys, I think he broke in the heat race, and it could have been bad for Joey. Joey got in the back of Tanner.
Got in the back of him.
Got in the back of Schramm, and just kind of one of those deals where his car broke, had nowhere to go. Did a good job of getting on the binders to save it. Trent Elliott lost a power steering pump while running top 5.
Yeah.
Almost third or fourth. Lost a power steering pump, put the fluid down in the front stretch. And I'll tell you right now, with the way that track was, you got to have power steering.
Yeah.
You got to have power steering, man. He pulled off the track. And Donahue was involved in that big deal up in was he involved in that turn 4 deal, turn 3 and 4? That 4 or 5 car pileup?
I saw his car was spun in there, but I don't know. I think he came into it towards the end.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I don't remember him. Yeah, but he pulled off. I mean, that was, 13 laps in. So, tough night for him, too. All three of those cars, Donahue, Elliott, and Schramm, all left on lap 13. Tough deal. Willamette Speedway late models, you better bring your A game or you've got no shot.
Especially now.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially now. Real quick, shout out to our sponsors helping us out here at Moxie Media Promotions, West Coast Wide Open. Selma J Livestock, Archer Floor Covering, Jets Remodel Massage, Amco Total Car Care Centers in Lebanon and Corvallis. Want to give a shout out to Swear Trucking, Northwest Trucking Academy, James Gang Pizza, Bar S Motorsports. Awesome sponsors supporting the show. They're behind us. These guys are great companies, that support not just their own programs, but the racing scene.
Right.
We wouldn't have the scene we have without, guys like this, and really appreciate everything they do for us here. So, Buzz, we've got the wingless sprints coming Saturday night.
Yes.
You going to be there?
I'll be there.
You're not going to the Nationals at Grove?
They're racing tomorrow night too, right?
Friday and Saturday.
I think it's Friday, Saturday.
I might try to go down there tomorrow night and then be here Saturday.
Yep.
I got to cheer my guy Kyle Miller on.
Boy.
That guy, I've watched him since, he was racing with Colin Baker and Morlock and them guys down there when they were just coming up about, 16 years old.
Right. And if you don't get excited watching
him in a wingless, oh my God.
The guy is sideways just past the halfway point on the straightaway to get the car into the turn. Now, I hope he's there. Do you know if he's going to be there?
I don't know. He wasn't there.
He wasn't there the last one.
But wingless he might be.
I'm hoping that he's there. I know that
he
Tim,
puts on a show.
A couple of weeks ago they were here. Tim Alberding out of Salem won it. A good show. These wingless cars. If I'm going to watch sprint cars, I'd prefer to watch them without a wing.
Kyle's another fun one to watch with an in-car camera, because, and he admitted it. I didn't notice it until he admitted it, but most guys are doing the wheel like, just back and forth. Kyle's like
catching it,
spinning it and catching it, spinning it and catching it. He said that's the way he's done it all his life. So it's like
lets the car do what it wants,
Sunday
catches
cruise.
it, and he's a man. He's exciting to watch in a non-wing sprint car. I think we got a bunch of other. We don't have no late models, no mods.
Because Joey's going down to run open motor.
A couple of guys are going down to Coos Bay.
Yeah, open motor time. He wanted to make sure on.
He won in that car earlier.
Yeah.
This year, the 35B of Jared Bemitz. So he's going to go back down to Coos Bay and drive for him. He won that race earlier this year down at Coos Bay.
Got his old 430.
It's a monster motor from Monty's Racing Engines. Thing's a beast. But we're going to have everything but late models and modifieds. I think everybody else is on the card with the non-lean sprints. So.
And the dwarf cars.
Dwarf cars will be in the house, too.
Yeah, I don't think sport mods are. Sport mods are down south.
Yeah.
Well, right. Well,
yeah, so
it's now Willamette. It's in there, so you say everybody, and then I think they're going to be
well,
there.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Get me all excited.
Dwarf cars at Willamette Speedway. Describe that in one word.
Wide open.
Just they're fun.
Scary. The speed those little demons are carrying.
They're 1100 Kawasaki motor.
The whole thing,
Popped
I think.
up.
I don't even think the whole car weighs 1,000 pounds. It might
No.
weigh like
No.
800. But when those guys, as fast as they're going, when something happens and they get in a wreck, I mean, those guys go over.
It hurts.
And we've seen some
Gnarly.
gnarly dwarf car wrecks. A number of years ago when they first started coming. Watched the guy roll 11 times and turn 4.
I watched the guy hit the wall down at the Grove one night, and they cut him out of it.
Yeah, those cars to me, those are scary, man. Those are scary. I mean, truly, they are.
Yeah, and Brian Smith fits in one of those. How?
Well,
He's got to be folding something somewhere.
I've never seen such a big individual get into a little car. That guy's a beast.
Yeah, but look at some of these other guys. I mean, Casey's no small guy. Justin's no small guy. Kyle Miller's no small guy.
They're not getting in dwarf cars.
No, but I mean,
Brian, am I right when I say Brian's 6'7", or is he 6'8"?
I think he's 6'7".
He's 6'7".
6'7".
Yeah.
Casey stands 6'6". These Justin, he's every bit of 6'5".
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are.
They're huge.
But to get a man that big in a
In a little dwarf car.
Right?
Yeah.
I've got a picture of Sam in a mall sitting in one of those little kiddie rides, all hunched over.
It's
And
about
that's
the same thing.
That's what I picture when I see that Brian Smith getting one of those cars. That picture in my mind come to mind with Sam sitting in a little tiny kiddie car in the mall down in Eugene.
But I just love to hear them things scream around that track.
They don't lift.
They're on the verge of explosion. It seems like all the way down the straightaways.
Yeah. I mean, what's a motorcycle motor tack go to? Like $12,000 or something?
Oh, I
like
bet they're
that?
hitting more than that.
And they're just screaming.
Insanity. 13,000 RPM.
Jesus.
And I'll push in my cart. I'll get into the 14s, and it's a scary sound.
Right?
Especially when it's right there by your ear.
Yeah.
And those guys are in those little tiny cars all wound out. Just, man, I like watching them, but I hate watching them at the same time because I don't want to see an accident with those guys.
Yeah.
That's the thing that scares me the most.
And they won't back down. They literally are.
No.
And it's open wheel, so it's just going to be horrendous.
Yeah. Those guys are running 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
They are. They aren't a whole lot slower than a late model.
They really aren't. We'll look at the times. We'll talk about it on the next show here on West Coast Wide Open next Thursday. But, man, I don't know. Every time I hear those guys are coming, I just kind of go, oh, man, it just freaks me out. It freaks me out.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy them once in a while.
They're fun to watch. They're definitely a kick in the pants, especially when you put 26 of them out there together.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And they're all just doing their thing. But
you want to talk about something that sounds like a bunch of hornets.
yeah, that one car sounds like a whole field of hornets. One of them.
Right.
It's nuts. Totally nuts. But, man, I'm looking forward to this week's racing action at Willamette Speedway. We're going to make sure we get the results and some of the news out of Cottage Grove with the Nationals. We'll try to have some news out of the Coos Bay area with the late model race that some of these guys are going to. And you know what? I got to tell you guys something I'm kind of happy about. That's going to surprise you. I'm not a big NASCAR fan. I'm not.
Trucks are coming to Eldora.
Well, they ran there last night, right?
Did you see the finish?
Didn't watch a single lap.
I saw the finish. I can't remember who it was, but they were banging for 3 laps, and it was like the length of a bumper finish.
Good. That's good.
Rubbing on each other coming over the finish line. It was great.
Maybe that'll make NASCAR come around and start running more on dirt.
Well, that's what I'm hoping.
But
will happen with the street stock Saturday in Dakota getting another donut.
But I'll tell you, I'm kind of excited about this. I'm kind of proud with what we've done at Moxie. You know, we work our tails off to promote racing, to promote racetracks, drivers, teams, fans, sponsors. We know organizations like Shriners.
Right.
We work hard to support that stuff and promote that stuff. What's kind of cool is that we now, Moxie Media Promotions now has stickers, our logo, on a NASCAR-sanctioned car that's running in a weekly NASCAR series.
No kidding.
I'm not lying. They called me up. They asked for stickers. They said they got the approval. We sent them down, and he's called in a couple times. Cody Vanderwall, Warren Simpson doing some of the chassis work on that car.
on.
Got to work, and it was a heck of a process getting that approved. It was a heck of a process, and we are on the V-post right there. We're right in a red car with a white and blue logo. Right? I mean, it stands out, baby.
That's cool.
We're going to get some pictures here sent to us. They're actually leaving for Iowa. They're leaving for Iowa to run. Can you imagine if they won that race?
Oh,
a NASCAR team in Victory Lane with a Moxie sticker. Now, I'm not a big NASCAR fan. You guys know this, but I'm pretty proud of that because you're talking the upper levels there.
Right.
Is it the best racing? It's not dirt track, so I'm not gonna say yes. But
I still remember the NASCAR from the 70s and the 80s. So
that's when NASCAR was great.
Yes.
That's when everybody wanted to get to NASCAR.
Guys had big hairy ones dragging on the floorboards.
Dents in the floorboards,
yeah,
yep.
You know.
Now you've got NASCAR guys leaving to go race dirt.
And you've got ex-crew chiefs saying, you're supposed to be aggressive. You're trying to win a race.
Right.
You know, and
now it's all about points and finishing and,
being pretty when you're done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not what it used to be, Buzz. No. But the fact that we've got some stickers on one of those cars, I'm kind of proud of that.
That's good.
Kind of proud of that, and Cody Vanderwall is that kid's going to go places. We've talked to him on the show a couple times. He's got a couple wins this year on the K&N Pro West Series. He's a talented young man. He's only 17 years old. Now, he can't run the big tracks, Talladega, Pocono, Daytona, but he can do anything a mile and a half under because he's not 18.
Oh.
So, it'll be interesting to see where he goes.
Texas? That's mile and a half.
Yeah, they can run Texas, Las Vegas, California, Michigan, that stuff.
Charlotte? Charlotte's 2 miles.
No, Charlotte's not 2 miles. Charlotte's a mile and a half.
Is it a mile and a half?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Kind of cool.
By golly.
Kind of a cool deal. So, man, I'll tell you, I'm ready to wrap this deal up. I'm ready to wrap it up and start working on our Saturday night paperwork and all the stuff we got to do as Moxie to, help make the show as best as we can. And we've got some stuff we're going to be doing here in the next couple of weeks. Some fundraising stuff we'll talk about. It's going to be pretty cool.
Good deal.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Again, Buzz, I can't thank you enough for Saturday night. And
hey, everybody that was out there deserves an applause, man. That was a good night.
That just was one of those deals where everybody here at Moxie.
Right.
We are not selfish individuals. Sam maybe a little.
Yes,
but
for yourself.
When we do something, there's not, well, if we do this, maybe this will happen.
Right.
There's never an intent. You don't do something with hoping you're going to get something. But, that's just not what we do. And when you brought that trophy out for Moxie, the thought was just kind of like, wow, wait a second. And then in Victory Lane, some of the drivers mentioning us, it's just kind of like, 6 years ago when I started this thing with a cell phone and a mini laptop, This is not where I pictured us going. I just didn't think we would be on this level. And guys like yourself and your crew, the Tangent Mafia and the Shriners and all these drivers at the track that help support us. I mean,
I can't do it without any of them.
We couldn't do it without those guys. And just the thanks that we've received lately has just been it hits home.
The response we got from the audience when we told them about the last 2 victory visits and the reason we handed out the trophies, and when I explained why we're handing out the trophies, the response we got from the audience I thought was very, very good.
Oh, absolutely. I just I was stunned. Now, I heard that picture they took was going to be in the Lebanon paper or in some. I don't know.
I was talking to the guy from the Lebanon Express all night long that night, and he took a
bunch of pictures of us. Yeah.
And